Hello everyone, Miele Dishwashers. This is about the F24 error. Now if you turn the power and shut the door, the drain pump starts, and after about 15 to 18 seconds you hear continuous beeping and the red light flashing at the top there. Okay? And you hear that after about 15 to 18 seconds. What it's doing is switching the relay, the heater relay, down in the base. It's switching them across, and it's expecting to see the live and neutral signal, the sensing wires on the normally closed contacts of that relay. It expects to see that signal disappear, okay? But if it doesn't disappear and there's some leakage or some voltage getting onto these wires, which are very high impedance, there's nothing holding them down really. Any slight path, it's a very high impedance circuit. Now, obviously check the relays clean, check the contacts, see the other video, but if you still get the problem of beeping after 15 to 20 seconds, an F24 error, then what you have up here is the sensing wires that go down to the relay, and when the relay is normally closed, that has live and neutral straight from the mains on it, and it's not used to drive the controller. The controller looks at them and says yes, live and neutral is there, the heater relay is closed normally. And then after about 15 seconds it does a quick flick of the relay and checks these signals, and if these signals are still apparently have some voltage on them, then you get the alarm set off and the F24 error thrown on the system. Now inside here there are a couple of chips which I'll show you. I'm going to take the controller apart in a moment, but you can actually see whether you've got this error usually is if you get a hairdryer or a warm hot air blower and blow on this section here between ST4 and ST5 connectors up here, blow in this area and dry it out completely and then run it. It will probably work temporarily, and then you've diagnosed the error, the fact that there's leakage on the circuit board. So if you get that error, then the next thing to do is take this controller out, which is easy, it's just the screws, and I'll take it onto the bench inside and we'll take it apart, and you can just see exactly what's causing it and what to do to stop this error happening. You don't need any components. It's a build-up of dirt to try to on the board from dust and household dust and moisture and condensation and other things, you know. Yeah, so stand by and we'll go and take it apart, and I'll show you what the problem is to solve that F24 error you get after 15 to 20 seconds. But do check the relay video. It's a separate video in the F24 section, which is also important. If you've done that relay step, then do this step next if you've still got the problem. This beastie is a controller from a Miele dishwasher. They're all pretty similar. This one's a 2004 to 2009 model. You can see it's looking a bit grubby, but it all works. With the exception of, here's the various control buttons, the display. It's a monster of a controller, but you'll see why when we open it. Indicator lights, tablet washing, and clock setting on off, program set, type of tablet you're using setting, and the clock set, I think. And some more indicator lights here, which are the type of wash or the wash program. I can't remember. Don't really look at the lights, to be honest. Anyway, so yeah, it's the F24 error. If you turn your dishwasher on, and after 18 to 20 seconds, or 15 to 20 seconds, it starts beeping and the light flashes up this end and it just incessantly beeps until you turn it off. It could be that you've got a problem with the sensing circuit on here. Now you can probably confirm that just by getting a hot air gun and blowing around T4 and T5, LT4, LT5. Where are they? ST4, ST5. Down this end, around here, because there is a sensing circuit which is connected to the normally closed contacts on the relay and feeds the live and neutral as sensing wires up to this area here, so that when the relay is relaxed, it expects to see mains. And then when the relay opens, the heater is turned on, the two normally closed contacts are disconnected, and it expects to see the mains disappear. But the impedance of this circuit is over 10 megohms. Anything less than 10 megohms will cause it to trip out and start beeping after 15-20 seconds. Now obviously make sure your relay is clean, like I've showed you in the other video, and the inside of the relay is not full of dirt and dust, because that can conduct when it gets damp, and also the outside of the relay hasn't had a flood or corrosion. Just make sure the relay is really clean inside and out. And if you get the beeping after 15 seconds, it means that when it flips the relay, it's still some leakage is happening inside here between various voltage lines or tracks on the board, which fools the sensing circuit into thinking that the relay contacts are still closed, and then yet there's still mains on one of these two contacts. Therefore, it just sounds the alarm rather than going off into the program after 15 seconds. Now, if it sounds off immediately, you turn it on and press shut the door, then it means that the sensing live and neutral that comes up on a couple of wires just to see that the controller sees that the relay is closed, it means that they haven't got a contact. So there's not mains on there. So either you've got a connection problem, or the relay is unplugged, or the relay contacts are stuck closed, i.e. the heater is switched on and the sensing voltage is supposed to come up is not coming up to here. So if we just have a look inside that and see what we have to do, you can often cure it. If it is up this end, you can get an electric heater and just dry it out. Just give it a good warm until it's good and warm, especially on a damp day if it's been stored outside. You'll find these machines will kick up, will play up. When you go to plug them back in when they've been in storage, they will kick off. This is very dirty, look. And so there's a little clip in here we need to push back and lift. There we are, that's that one out. Number one. There's the display. And number two. Someone's been in this before. Look how many broken things there are. Right, so yeah, very grubby. That needs to clean up. But it's just a lot of actuators actuating down on the buttons. So let's stick them to one side for the time being. Now to get this out of here, what do we got to do? Oh yeah, we have various clips. If you haven't got any of these hooky steady things, get some. They're supposed to be called O-ring picks, but they can pick anything, frankly. So give it a tweak, lift it over, hold it up, make sure it doesn't go back on, because we don't want that. Come on. Don't want you to break, I just want to let go. Right, so another one here. Good. Another one down here. Down this hill. Right. Another one down here. Staying put. Yep, she is. And then just two more, one at this end. Somewhere. Down here. This is a massive thing, isn't it? Well, the biggest control board I think I've seen. Okay, it's popped over. And finally down this end, that was popped out of its own accord. Now you can lift this up then, but you've still got half a dozen clips along this front edge. And you have to ease those over like that, go along. Once you've got it sort of hinging, you can go along and get them apart, otherwise you'll be here all day. And a final one. You ready for the big reveal? Stand by to be excited. There she is. Lovely control board. But she will blow her fuses. No, she won't. Right, so. Can you see what I can see? Can you see what I can see? You seen it yet? Have you seen it yet? Well, dusty houses. Not necessarily dust, it's more like micro dust, mini micro dust. We're going to zoom in because immediately I have spotted a shit stain. Whoa! Sorry about that. Did that give you vertigo? Serves you right. I'm not holding on tight. There you go, you can see it better. It's not plugged in. You know, that's what gets damp. An ACS 302 5T, an ACS 203, was it? ACS 3025T. Oh yes, that's a very nice chip. Ooh, it's a... no, it's not that. 3 lines AC switch array. You can say it's running at mains, obviously. It's used to power off things like relays and little sensors and water solenoids and so on. And you can see it, and we've got round these pins here, around those pins, we have some leakage to ground or wherever. You can see there's a functional block diagram of it. And you can freeze frame and have a look at these if you want to. It's very interesting indeed. Anyway, that's what it is. It's got mains on it. It's switching mains. It's basically, that looks like a track, doesn't it? Track and matching circuit with some sensing lines in and out. I guess live goes to one and neutral goes to the other, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Anyway, so that's what that is. Thought you might be interested. All right. Okay. That is a triple triac, actually, protected. It's a 3-channel AC switching chip. That doesn't look very good, does it? There's a little bit of poo got in there. So this needs a good clean around there. So there's obviously mains voltage on this, and there's obviously dust. Now that is probably switching the sensing lines from the relay we talked about. The 2 relay. I'll show you a diagram on the screen at this point. The circuit, the wiring are actually inside these Miele dishwashers. So here you can see what the Mieles do. This is from a manual. It's one of the only manuals I could find online, but it's a pretty old dishwasher. But I think this one is exactly the same. It's got the same problem. You've got live and neutral coming in from the supply. The red connections up here. You've got K1-1 is the push button switch that turns the power on and off the dishwasher. They come down to the poles of the heater relay. R1 is the heating element. Got a 2-pole single throw relay, and in the unenergized state of this coil, controlled by the Novatronic, these contacts are normally closed, relay energized, the live and neutral is passed off, back up through the wiring loom, round the door hinge, up to the Novatronic controller, which is the thing we've just taken apart, and it says, yes, I've got live and neutral, so the contacts are nicely relaxed, everything's fine, super dandy. If this plug was out and there was no live and neutral, when you hit the power there, you get an instant alarm, not the 18-second delay. After 15 or 18 seconds after the drain pump's been activated for a while, the Novatronic switches on the relay coil. These relay contacts flick across to momentarily energize the heating element. And what the controller expects to see is these live and neutral signals drop. So there's no signal on them at all. But they're very high impedance, so any leakage around here or any leakage on the board is going to make the Novatronic sensor control board think that there's still some voltage leaking through, i.e. the relay contacts haven't operated correctly. After 15 or 18 seconds it does this, and you get the alarm. And I'll just scroll down so you can read that if you want to. And you can see it measures that 10 ohms there, about the actual path is wrong. It's 10 megohms they're talking about. Okay? So that's the bit we're looking for. Dishwashers. So that could be the leakage it's causing it. It's mains, and it's switching mains, and it's sensing mains. So these could be the 2 sensing lines which sense the mains, or either the control, I'm not sure. Out 1, out 2, out 3 is pin 1, 5 and 9. 1, 5 and 9. Could well be, couldn't it? That could be the conditioning circuit which senses the AC, which then goes up to the microprocessor. There is no doubt when you dry out this area of the board, everything starts to work, and as soon as it gets damp again, you're in a bit of trouble. That's in the way. I'm going to have to turn it around the other way. Yeah, it's upside down now, but you get the gist. All the crap on there is down the end of the board where if you dry out with the hairdryer, it starts working again. So I think there is a film build-up on this board. Can you see? Oh, look down there. There's a little gob of goo. I don't know where that's come from. So it's sticky goo. Sticky goo. Yeah, oh look. Dishwasher condensate. Why would it collect there? I don't know. Anyway, what else can you see? Anything else I've burnt out? Down this end, the mains is not down this end of the board. But those, according to the manual, and I don't have the actual manual for this dishwasher, 4 and 5, the actual sensing voltages come into the board on one of these two connectors, 4 or 5 there. And if I just 4 and 5, ST4 is in there, you can see it. Can you see ST4? ST4, ST5 on these two. So if I just turn that over, and we're just west of where this chip is. So I'm thinking that yeah, we've got a smoking gun there. Doesn't look good. Should have some lacquer on it, shouldn't it, really? Let's face it. What a nice controller. What I like about this thing is look at the proper, hasn't got a chip, one of those bloody TNY 245s or LNK 302, 304. It's actually got a proper power supply with a proper choke, proper power controller, you know, a serious, you know, we want this to last. That looks like it's, you know, got two nice class Y capacitors. Where's the power? And a switching transistor, so you've got a final output transistor as well. CP300. So yeah, you've got, this is 620TG, that's an ultra fast silicon rectifier diode, which is the flyback rectifier for this offline power supply. CP3001, just look that one up. That's a PWM management chip. This is the analog, the AC switching chip with the shit stain on the connector, on its pins. And then this one's a Rubicon 400 volt. 400 volt? Yeah, 400 volt, 47 microfarads. So these are good. This controller is built. I've never seen one of these with a failed controller. It just looks like something that's made to last. It's a nice piece of kit. Right, so should we get it out? How do we get this out? Oh yeah, and we decided there, didn't we? Just give them a bit of a tweak and lift them up. There we go. There we go. So can it come out now? And levitator off and away. We'll look on the back. Yeah, we don't really have any problem. Look, I mean, it's lovely. Well, you'd expect it for £1,200, £1,100 dishwasher, wouldn't you? But if you think about it, they last like 15 years. That's less than a lesser brand, and it gives you more optimal performance. What I like about the Miele's is that quite a lot of them have got a drying system inside, so that instead of just letting it dry, you can do like a 45-minute wash where it dries the glasses. Because it's got circulation fans and a condenser pressed down the side of the casing to condense the steamy stuff back into watery stuff. Look at that, put wires through the connector. So I'm going to give these a bit of a clean. I'm just going to polish them with a bit of photocopier paper, because photocopier paper's got, can you see, it's already on my finger. If I get a bit of paper, but a photocopier, I had a bit earlier, yeah. Bit of photocopier. You can see the dirt's come off it. I give them a wipe over like that, and then a wipe over with isopropyl alcohol and a cloth. And then likewise on the top surface. What the crap off the board. Get that. See it, or you can't see it because it's bleached out, isn't it? So that's what's coming off the contacts. See? There's your problem. So polish them up, then wash them. That's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to get some clear lacquer and lacquer up that chip and all once I've cleaned it. So, usual procedure with the standard toothbrush. And put it back in the bath afterwards, they'll never notice. Give it a clean with the toothbrush and the alcohol. I'm using isopropyl alcohol, which is very good, effective. You could use brake cleaner, which is like 2 or 3 quid a tin, $2 or $3 or $4 a tin, or you could use rubbing alcohol. But don't any sort of pure spirit that's not aggressive, but a good solvent. You know why alcohols are good solvents? Because they're polar organic solvents. So they act like soap because it's got a hydroxyl group on it, which reacts with the oils and dissolves the oils, and also allows the organics to be dissolved in water. So they're pretty effective. Where's that little chip? Where's that nasty chip down this end, isn't it? There it is. Now, I think this is going to cure this problem. Often when you take a Miele dishwasher out of storage, especially if it's been in a shed, it's not the right chip on the screen, is it? Well, I'm cleaning the crap off this one down here. Yeah, you've had a Miele in the shed, and you go and plug it in, it doesn't work. They don't store well. Actually, a lot of dishwashers don't store well because they get damp. So if you get a Miele that's been stored in an outbuilding or somewhere where it's got a bit damp, you know that thing when the cardboard gets soft when you get 99% or 100% dew point condensation? Well, don't just take it out of the store and turn it on. Dry it out first in a warm room, or put a dehumidifier in the room first before you turn it on, because otherwise you're likely to get some sort of weird failure. Right, so when this goes off, and it dries, I'm just going to stick a... Come on. Alternatively, could use this shocking pink nail varnish. Probably just as good and a lot prettier. It's not, isn't it? Oh, that's fascinating. Where's my lacquer? Oh, for God's sake. Or if you prefer, we've got this one. This is the Danger Paint. My dad used to say, red toenails, no knickers. Which is, of course, not a cool thing to say. I'm surprised I grew up so right-minded after such abuse when I was young. You're going to get yourself one of these. Got everything. It's a dental model, look. I've got my thumb on a thing I was doing earlier, look at that. Hello, I've got a tooth missing. I've lost a tooth, you know. But this is a dental training model. Look, you've got your root canals, nice slow root canal, gonna need some gas. There's another root canal down there. I'm not quite sure what the benefit of this. There's a pinned tooth where they drill and tap your jaw. There. Oh yes, I've had my teeth pinned in my front incisor. They all pull out as well. They're all just stuck in, and I got a feeling, you know, I don't think they're real teeth. And you've got your old fillings, look, for your cavity, fill a cavity. And what else have you got? Oh, you've got a bridge as well somewhere. Oh, there's the bridge, look, you see? So you have 2 bolts and 3 teeth all stuck together in a pseudo pretend teeth. You've got your impacted wisdom tooth at the back, pushing up against and raising the top. So it's growing out backwards, which is not good. and presumably, oh look, it's just pushing up against. I'm not sure that's quite right. And there's the bridge. Take it to the bridge. Is that scary? What do you think of that then? Who's a clever boy? Ha ha. Anyway, back on track. I better stop before I find something else that's not quite so explainable on my shelves. But where's my stuff? Floor probably. Yeah, it is. Here it is. Here she blows. It'll fall on the floor, of course. Comes to do electronics when you've been drinking. It's Loctite 4700, 7400. It's lovely. You know, the best thing about it is the smell. I'm sure Loctite make their products smell as nice as possible. I've got a former perfumer. That's going to stop her. Can you see that way this stuff creeps? It's incredible. It's coming out the other side. Right. Encased forever. In quality, a lacquer. Lovely. Now it's flowing. There we are. So that's good. I'm just going to put that back together now. If your dishwasher goes beep, 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 alarm, alarm, F24 error after about 15-20 seconds, then you've got leakage on this board. I want to check the connectors when I put it back together. And if it goes beep, beep, beep straight away, it means the leakage is down on the relay, either the carbon inside the relay or the coating and all the blackness. If you look at the other video, you'll see the relay's been opened up and all the, you know, it's horrible inside basically. Or you had a leak down the bottom somewhere and the contacts have got wet and there's some corrosion. So you have to make sure that relay is clean inside and out. Check the wheel, make sure it works. So look at the relay. But in general, the relay faults, if you've got the contacts are stuck closed, or the relay is unplugged, or the normally closed contacts aren't making contact, then it'll beep as soon as you turn the power on and shut the door. Are we finished on this video now? Yeah, I think we are. So just I'm sorry about the teeth. I don't want to make me do that. I can't cut it out. Hit the titty button for subscribing if you aren't subscribed. If you are subscribed, thank you. And also leave me a like because I like likes.